cool. Pretty cool, I'd say. Well, I guess, are we ready to rip right into it, or did you... All right, we might as well just... I am not going to prepare at all. We're just going to rip it. So, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Undercover Weebs. Today, we're doing a little bit of ranking the big three. The old big three, the new big three, but we don't really know what the new big three is. So we're gonna figure it out as we go. We're gonna figure it out as we go for sure. But if you, yeah, just gonna wing it as we go. We'll figure it out. And you know what? I, for some reason, had you muted on that, so we're gonna have to start again.
Then we can start again. That's
all right.
fine.
Cool. We'll start from the top then. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Undercover Weebs for the second time because I forgot to unmute Noah on the audio. But we're back.
We're back
with another episode. Today we got ranking the big three. And
this is gonna be a good one, man.
I was gonna try to say exactly what I said last time, but I can't. We already went over the fact that we're winging it, and I already can't even remember exactly what I said. But
we're winging it, man. I feel like some of our best episodes is when we just wing it and just have like open discussion, open format. I like it.
Yeah. So we're ranking both the new big three and the old big three. And if you don't know what the big three is, it sounds like Noah's got a little bit of something going on.
I got a little party going on in the background here.
Background.
A couple guys are pre-gaming for the next 9 minutes, then they're going to the bars. So.
Oh, gotcha. So if you don't know what the big three is and you're listening to this podcast, you were probably living under a rock or something. The big three is the most popular manga. Well, I think traditionally it's the most popular manga that was ongoing and shown in Jump.
Yeah.
So the old big three would be Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. But One Piece is obviously still going because that shit never ends.
Yeah.
But we don't want it to end because it's good forever.
I know, dude. It's crazy that we're in the home stretch. That is just wild, man.
It is, and we're getting so much. Let's try not to go off on a One Piece rant before we even get the episode started. But it is crazy the amount of actual information that we're starting to get related to the end game now.
Yep, and I like the way he's setting it up, man. I do. I think it's gonna be nice.
I think it is also. I still got some theories, but that we can save that for some other One Piece episodes.
Yeah. Our Wano review. We will we'll dive into some theories.
Yeah, well, Wano's finally, we're almost caught up with our reviews on One Piece.
We're getting there.
So if you're currently reading through One Piece or you just want a refresher, go listen to those reviews. They're pretty good if I don't say so myself.
They are pretty darn good. I feel like we get a lot of views on those ones.
Our scales might be kind of wonky because
we're gonna redo it. We're gonna redo it though. We're gonna redo it.
After Wano, we're gonna have to redo our entire scale from like the beginning on because I don't think we really compensated much. We kind of gave everything a high score, which it is deserving of a high score.
That's true. There isn't a bad arc. And the thing is, like, when we're talking about it, we're basically like hyping up the arc, the whole podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So then like the scale at the end, we're like 9.4.
Yes. Like the arc with Gaimon on the island with a bunch of animals, that's just a 10, bro.
10, bro.
We couldn't have gone without that arc.
And if you watch all of those, you're gonna hear me say probably in every episode, but like 3, that's one of my favorite arcs.
Yeah. Every single well, it's true because every single arc is one of your favorite arcs.
It's true. I love One Piece, man.
That is, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and not really going on a limb, but I'm saying that One Piece is everyone's number one in the big 3.
There's no debate. There's no argument. I mean, there's no debate.
It's really just like not a fair fight. It really isn't.
It really isn't because like, and I mean we've read, we're probably into the 100+ now of anime and manga. I mean, you definitely are. I'm probably low hundreds in anime and manga. It's One Piece is the only one. I mean, it's my one, but it's the only one in my top 20 out of the big 3. So
yeah, and we should also probably in this episode touch on the big 3 manga versus the big 3 anime, because
true, yes,
they're the same shows or the same stories, but there's differences in quality for sure.
Well, and since we're touching on that, I want to bring up a point. I think the One Piece and the Bleach manga are far superior to the anime. I would not say that about the Naruto manga to the Naruto anime, because I think what set Naruto apart, the anime at least, is how well choreographed the fight scenes are compared to what you would get in the manga.
Yeah, I think so Naruto's always a tough one because I watched only the Land of Waves arc and a little bit into like the Chunin exams, and then from there I just picked up the manga, and I really wasn't that interested in it is the Chunin exams, not the Genin exams.
The Chunin exams. Yeah.
I always get those mixed up. I don't even know if there was a Genin exam, but I know there's something.
I don't know if Naruto ever became a Genin.
I don't recall either.
I don't think he is. I think he became Hokage as a Chunin.
I think you're right about that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
But I was not. I mean, there were definitely some cool parts, like the Rock Lee versus Gaara, and I just thought that arc was a little bit stretched out. In my opinion.
All right. Okay. Before we start to get into a little debate session here, let's rank our main big 3.
Okay.
Because I know where it's gonna differ.
Yeah.
1, we got One Piece, obviously. It's
yes. One Piece is
2. I have Naruto. Absolutely, I have Naruto. Like,
you see, so for 2, I'm pretty torn. Based off of what I've read of Bleach, which I'm on chapter like 500, so it's a majority.
Dude, we are like in the same spot. I think I'm on 506.
Yeah, so it's the majority of Bleach. I like Bleach more. I think that it's just through and through. I guess I don't know if it drops off at the end, but I know the 1,000-Year Blood War arc is supposed to be pretty good. Yeah. Which is towards the end. It's consistent all the way through pretty much. I mean, the beginning can be kind of slow, but after you hit the Soul Society,
that's the worst part is the start.
After you hit the Soul Society, it just keeps on keeping on. Like, you go straight from Soul Society to the Arrancar, which is, it's kind of technically it's like split into like 3 or 4 different arcs, which is kind of weird, but
the Arrancar was great.
Thing. It was phenomenal.
Bleach, I don't know why I had it in my head that it wasn't good. Like, I don't know why I thought that. And then when I started reading it, I was like, okay, dude, I get the hype. Absolutely. It's fucking awesome.
It is so good, and that's why I have to put Bleach at my number 2. And number 3 is obviously the only one left, Naruto. But the reason I have that at number 3 is it's because of the last arc. You cannot get away with an arc like that and just expect it to maintain its status for me.
See, that's I respect your thoughts on that because the last arc is absolutely atrocious. There's shining moments in it, don't get me wrong, but
Okay.
also like you can't throw that many diamonds in a gigantic pile of shit and expect the gigantic pile of shit to just look beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
Like it'll sparkle here and there, but it's still a gigantic pile of shit.
It was
So,
just it would have even been better if they just ended it with the Madara and didn't go into
right.
whatever her name is. I can't remember. She frustrated me so much because I was just like,
Um,
"You're juicing it, man."
isn't that wild? It's the main villain that we don't even remember.
Yeah,
Isn't that insane? The final villain we don't
the
even remember.
final villain,
Kaguya.
Kaguya. Yeah, you're right.
Kaguya.
It's
Yeah.
just like she came out of nowhere. I also didn't. I wasn't really a fan of. Um, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Kabuto thing.
I was literally just about to bring that up. I was just about to bring that up. I wasn't a fan of that either.
I just didn't think that that was necessary. I didn't think it was necessary to fight all the same people again. I thought that
Yeah.
was pretty dumb. I mean, it's fine. I'm all for reusing characters, but to reanimate the same characters to fight them again, um, not so big on. Uh, but I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of a hypocrite in that way because I hate, hate when manga introduces a shit ton of characters and then they don't use any of them, and then it's just
Yeah.
like,
You're like, wait, what happened? What's going on?
yeah, like my perfect example of that is for Black Clover. It's like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
many goddamn characters, and he just keeps every single chapter he introduces new characters, and I'm just like, we have enough characters. Use the characters we have.
Dude, and literally up until that Magna fight and right afterwards, where I consider Black Clover to be fucking terrific up until then. He
Oh,
was doing
top
a
tier.
good job of fleshing out all of those characters. That cast, he was working so well with that.
He was.
And then fuck,
Then it
man.
just fell off hard. So hard. Unbelievably hard. I don't know if I guess I really haven't been keeping up on the
I'm like 20 chapters back in
no,
Black Clover.
I'm caught up, but I haven't been keeping up with like the community on what people think other than just like me and
Yeah.
you, because like I have no desire. It is just so
Right.
to me it is just so atrocious.
And like, are we considered elitists yet? Because I don't know if I would consider myself an elitist because I mean there's people out there that have seen like every anime and read every manga. So I would like I feel like the Black Clover community probably still thinks it's okay. Cause the Naruto community, man, they're still diehards for like Boruto even.
Boruto's
And
a joke. But I think for the sake of Naruto already shitting the bed with the last arc, we cannot even bring Boruto in this situation.
no. All right, so let's get into a little bit of this Bleach v Naruto situation because I think that the Soul Society arc is great. It's fucking terrific, one of the best shonen arcs. I think out of all shonen arcs, Naruto has,
In my opinion, Naruto has I was
3 in my top 7.
That's such a weird analytic there. 3 in your top 7.
Well, it's hard because like it's hard because I have to look at it through like a non-biased lens. Otherwise, I just go like all through One Piece.
Yeah.
But like trying to like objectively look at it, I think Land of Waves, Tuning Exams, and Pain Arc are fucking damn near perfect. I think Soul Society arc is damn near perfect. But I think I like Pain and Tuning Exams more than Soul Society,
You
to be
see,
honest.
so I definitely go Pain first of the arcs in those uh in those two manga. I definitely go Pain first because the world shall know pain. It's just
It's
perfect.
goddamn it's perfect. There's you can't really hate on that arc.
But then
Like,
I feel like I gotta go Soul Society, Arrancar,
oh really? Okay, I'll fight you on that.
and then Land of Waves. And then but before I think you see uh I don't know what I think of how many One Piece arcs I would have to put before or right after Pain and Soul Society.
I would
Because I think
I might
putting
throw a bunch. I don't even know.
I'm putting Wano before it. I'm putting Whole Cake Island before it. I'm putting Dressrosa before it. Before
I'm
Pain.
putting I'm putting Waters 7 and Ennie's Lobby before it. Both of them. I think what about Marine Ford?
Yeah, Marineford was good. I think it's a little bit overhyped. I'll say it. I'm saying it. I'm gonna get so much flack for that, but I think Marineford is a bit. I think for me, I read Ennie's Lobby, Marineford, or Ennie's Lobby, Impel Town, Marineford. Like I read those like all in succession, so like
Mhm.
the lines kind of blend for me with those arcs.
Yeah,
Um, I think I like Ennie's Lobby more than Marineford as well. I really
I do
liked Ennie's
too.
Lobby.
Well, I think Ennie's Lobby is Ennie's Lobby is probably my favorite arc. When we like go back and re-rank, that's probably going to be my number one. But it
I think my
with
number
One Piece,
one,
you know what it is, dude. You have trouble pointing out like flaws. You
yeah,
know, like
yeah. I mean, there's some arcs that you can really point out flaws in,
well,
but
Dress Rosa, you can point out flaws. That's like one of the ones that has big
you can point
flaws.
out flaws in
But
Dressrosa.
the heights
Yeah,
of
the
Dress
heights
Rosa
are
are
possibly the best of all of One Piece. The heights of
right,
Dressrosa are.
right.
But like same thing with Whole Cake Island. The peaks of Whole Cake Island are phenomenal, but you
Yeah,
got to remember the 20 chapters we spent in the woods with Nami and Luffy doing jack
nothing.
shit.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just hard.
It is hard. I mean, yeah, it is hard. Well, where we can get down also, we can get into the more nitty gritty is like character and story of Naruto and fucking Bleach. Because character and story still goes to One Piece. So like
Yeah, One Piece has a it is able to manage so many characters so flawlessly.
right. I think I think one of the things you can't even dispute on One Piece is it has the best large cast of characters in all of fiction.
Not even close.
It's not even close.
When One Piece brings in like for this, I'll use Egghead as an example. It's not really well. This is gonna be a spoiler, maybe. Yes, it is a spoiler. But when they introduce 8 different
Wait,
Vegapunks, like
yeah,
I know Oda is gonna handle that perfectly.
right.
Like
You're not stressed at all. You know,
no, it's like
yep,
I know Oda will know exactly how much to use each of these characters to a perfect amount,
yep,
and other anime and manga just can't do that.
exactly.
Although I
And
will say,
part of that does have to do with how long the series is running, but also it's just fucking Oda being a wizard with characters.
hmm and I think what also helps that is the cover stories. It's like even if characters are pretty like one off, Like for example, like Miss Merry Christmas and Miss Number 4 or
Yeah,
Mr. 4.
yeah,
Like they had cover stories. Like we know they're still existing in the world, like doing their own thing. Like I think that also helps that like he's having some type of progression off. Well, in cover stories it's on page, but like there is some type of progression off page for all these characters as
right.
well.
Yeah.
Whereas,
See, now where Bleach and Naruto, where I'm gonna come in, is I think their characters are like kind of fucking weak for both.
yeah, I think Bleach has a poor main cast. Is its big? I think they both have poor main casts.
I
Like they
I
got
agree. That's what I was gonna say. I agree. Their
Bleach
main
has.
cast of characters, I think, are the least interesting people in both shows.
Oh yeah, Bleach has Ichigo. Obviously, is the main person, but him compared to Chad and Orihime, like those two, Chad and Orihime, are just like forget about them. I still, I mean, I in the lost Soul Reaper arc, I've lost Substitute Soul Reaper arc that I'm on right now. Like we're starting to get a little bit of explanation of what the hell their powers are 500 chapters in. But to
Yeah,
be honest, at that point I really just didn't care that much.
right. And I actually liked that arc because I really liked the villains. That arc is I'll say that's a hot take. I love that one with Grimjow. I love that shit. I loved Grimjow as a character. I did. Fuck you if you don't. I don't care. I thought he was great.
Well, Grimjow, I mean, he served his purpose for sure. I think in the Arankar arc, Ulquiorra definitely. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he definitely outshined Grimjow. But he was obviously like the main.
Ulquiorra was a great villain. Holy shit, what a good character. I loved Ulquiorra.
He was obviously
Oh,
like the main villain of that arc. Well, apart from Aizen, but they kind of split the arc. I don't know what's considered a Rankar arc and what's not considered a Rankar arc.
right. I mean, dude,
It's
see the thing is like all of the oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. The captains, all of the captains are also pretty likable.
oh,
They're pretty fleshed
I
out, man. Like
every time I think I'm gonna see a Bankai, like I'm holding my breath, bro.
yeah, and those backstories are very shonen, but man, they do good. I am with it. Like
Sometimes in shonen, it's good to have a shonen story. I'm not gonna lie, like
I
that's just how
agree.
it is.
I'm just
The
pulling up a list of character names because I'm so bad at them.
we're both horrible with character names, but
Yeah, but like Rukia and her brother, I
Rukia
love
and
that
Byakuya.
and I love that dynamic. I love how that was done. I love how that was fleshed out. Basically all the captains that have been fleshed out, even like the animal ones, small backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Great, dude. I'm in it. More interesting than fucking like most of the cast. So
Yeah, you see, it's the little backstories that are like one chapter, half a chapter, a couple pages that I think a lot of these mangaka don't understand how much that adds to a character.
it adds so much, man.
Like I'll bring us back to Black Clover again. They have so many characters and we just don't know really. I mean, we know them, but we don't know anything about them.
Right.
It's just it's the same thing with My Hero. We have
Well,
so many characters and we know like 3 of them.
my hero's not that deep. Doesn't try. I'm not gonna get into it.
We'll get
Me and
into My
Shane are,
Hero later
dude.
when we get
I'm gonna
into
have
the
to
new
big
big 3.
debate. I'm gonna have to have a debate with Shane and his shit on my hero, man. Because I won't stand for it. I won't do it.
We're gonna have to talk about My Hero when we get into the new big 3 for sure.
But what I will say on that is, I think the Akatsuki is more fleshed out than the captains, and the captains are like some of my favorite characters in Bleach. You know.
Yes, yes. So the thing with that is, They're yeah, they're more fleshed out, I'd say. I
There
don't
isn't
know
a
that
character
I wouldn't
in
say that I
Bleach that is as
like
fleshed
them
out as
better.
Itachi.
No, there's definitely not. But there's I feel like, having said that, as a group as a whole, I like the captains more the than I like the Akatsuki. Because
I disagree. I
I
disagree with you
really
on that,
you
man. I
see
disagree with you on that.
I
I'll.
I really like Itachi. I really like Pain, but other than those two, I really don't give. I can honestly say I did not like that shark guy with the fucking.
He was the dumbest. I think he was the least fleshed out. Oh no, the least fleshed out was that blue-haired bitch who tried to kill Obito with all the billion papers.
Oh yeah,
What did she even do?
I don't know.
I don't even.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, I mean, she was one of the main three that was like growing up together with Pain, wasn't she?
Yeah.
But she definitely was the least fleshed out of Pain and other Pain.
All right. So we can split on that because I like the captains and the Akatsuki. That's fine. I see where you're coming from. I disagree with you. I think the Akatsuki's better. The world building in Bleach is abysmal and fucking appalling and is bad as fuck. I still don't even get what the Soul Society is. Is it just floating in the sky? It's just a different realm, different dimension. Why is it a city? Where the fuck are the Iran cars? Fuck all that shit. It's dumb. It makes no sense.
Yeah, so that's definitely not world building. I wouldn't really consider world building a super. I guess Naruto, it's good. It's okay. Neither are
It's
as good
okay.
as
It's okay.
neither are as good as One Piece. Even hold a candle to One Piece. Even
But One Piece, like, even when it comes to like book novels, is arguably one of the best world building series of all time. So like, whatever. But
Bleach
Naruto, at
is.
least you're in a world that like it's like a planet, it's continents, it's different territories. You know
Mhm.
what the fuck is going on. Bleach, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, in
Where the
Bleach, they're on Earth in Karakura
yes,
Town.
and then they go to there's just Karakura Town.
Yeah.
There's just Karakura Town,
We
and then
don't.
there's like fucking heaven, which is like what the Soul Society, and then oh shit, we have this place with the Iran cars. Okay, whatever. Hold the phone. Maybe a spoiler if you haven't read Bleach. Then we get these Quincy's coming in from fucking bumfuck Egypt, different planet, universe, where the fuck ever. I don't know what's going on. I don't
Yeah.
even have any idea.
Yeah. Also, there's also a special part of the Soul Society that's like the royal area that
Yeah,
only
what the fuck is
certain
that?
like I think that probably has something to do with the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, but I have no idea where that is, what like it's just like they're a simple like I think they're all in like different dimensions or something, but then there's also the dimension between dimensions that they have to run through. That there's like a train that's gonna eat them.
Yeah, the fuck. You know what that kind of reminds me a little bit of like Yu Yu Hakusho. It's kind of the same. I'm a little bit confused at where things are happening, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. You're pretty
You know what
spot
I'm
on there.
saying? Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
very similar in that regard.
Like
The
they
thing
both
is, Yu
take
Yu
place
Hakusho is
in
better than Bleach.
yeah,
So.
they both take place in Japan, but you don't really know where in Japan, and you don't really know what the hell is going on with like the different dimensions and stuff. But
So
it
boom, chalking up for Naruto. I don't see where you're coming from, AK. Naruto's better. Fight scenes
I
way better.
we can't base it just off of world building though. To
That's
me,
fair. That's fair. That is
cons-
completely fair because you can have a great story that takes place in a small town. If
mhm.
it's, you know,
To
it,
me consistency is key, and I think Bleach was more consistent the whole way through for me.
because that's fair because Bleach doesn't have a bad arc. Naruto has a few. Basically one that's like a 1 out of 10.
Mhm. But Bleach is like you see
They're close. I don't even know if they're close. I like Naruto a lot more.
Bleach is like a 7.6 all the way through. but like it goes.
Bleach
like,
doesn't
the
have a 10
lowest
for me though.
Yeah, Soul Society's pretty close.
It's okay. I'm taking my
Soul
One Piece
Society,
scale out of the thing.
yeah, Soul
Bleach does have
Society,
110.
yeah. Soul Society gets up there, but for me, Bleach doesn't hit lower than like a 7.6. Like it goes up and it'll go up in arcs, but like the bottom threshold for each arc is like a
First-
7.6.
First arc of Bleach is a 4. Is a bona fide.
Well, yeah,
4.
the Grand Fisher arc is not good. And they could have skipped a lot of it. A lot of it, you got to chalk up to. I'm okay with slower starts like that because, especially in anime,
For long
think
running
that
stuff,
it's
me too.
yeah, because like it gets you introduced to the characters, like you start to actually care about the characters. And I think that's a big flaw with a lot of these shorter things that are coming out now. It's like you got these people do things and they die, and it's like, okay, I wasn't really attached to that character because I didn't spend enough time with them.
Yeah.
So like I think spending more time with your main characters gives you a more of a feeling of stakes when it comes to the actual important battles.
I agree, and I low-key get why long-running shows like that started slow, because you want to make them start as like as human as possible and as relatable, and because that makes you grow with them, you know, like through their
Yeah.
progression, and you saw them at their worst, and now they're at where they're at. But the start of Bleach was fucking bad, while the start of Naruto was fucking hot, white hot.
Naruto is
I'm just hearing checks for Naruto, man. I'm just hearing checks for Naruto.
No,
Cultural change, Naruto, baby.
You're swaying me a little bit. Yeah,
Like-
I think, I don't know. It's really close for me.
Well, the thing is, where we're gonna like differ on that is I'm basically looking past the
bad arcs.
the war arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
But you also like.
I don't know why I do that,
Chunin
because
exams more than I did. Like you liked.
That's true. That's true.
I think in that.
I like the Sasuke retrieval exam a lot as well. I like the Akatsuki fighting arc.
Okay. I need to rant about how bad of a character Sasuke is. And
horrible.
how bad of a character, because we talked about how bad of supporting characters were in Bleach, but
all right, go for the rant, because I'm here for it, because I think Sasuke might be the worst most popular character ever.
Sasuke and Sakura, I'm gonna say this, and people might just stop listening to the podcast immediately after I say it. Sakura is a significantly better character than Sasuke. Because Sasuke, he was so one-dimensional. He did not change the entire way through. He was always brooding. He was always like, it's just like we didn't go anywhere. He didn't have any real good conviction for what he was doing. And it just didn't make any sense. And I think people just like him because he's edgy. But he's
edgy and sexy. That's why people like him.
Yeah, but not even the latter. I think Sai, and I've said it before, Sai is the way better third character, the way better third member of that group.
I'm gonna fight you on this. I'm gonna fight you on this take too. Is he? He is bad. He is bad. But now that I'm like thinking about it, I think I've said this in the past. Do Naruto and Sakura's feelings towards Sasuke make Sasuke a worse character? Because that can be the case. That can be the case
definitely,
too.
Okay, so
and that does still hurt his character.
Yes, but you're right on that. I think that it just like the whole dynamic, I think, just didn't make any sense. I think that was a problem.
I agree.
The dynamic with Sasuke didn't make any sense.
And Sasuke's weird thing in the middle, where after he found out what Itachi was about, he still was like, I'm gonna destroy the Hidden Leaf.
Yeah.
All this shit has been built up for that, and then you just
do it anyways? Like,
the fuck? Like, Bro,
It-
your brethren were gonna commit genocide. So your brother Itachi, in one of the best twists, and he's one of the best written characters in anime, decides to stop a genocide. And then you kill him, and then you double down on what he was fighting against. The fuck is that?
it's just
And then a mid shift
unreal,
where he
man.
wants to become Hokage, and you're like, okay, was he actually? What the fuck's going on with this guy? Like, ugh,
Unreal
he
bad.
sucks. And
Unreal bad.
Sakura sucks. And almost every single supporting character in Naruto is better than the main three. Almost all of them. Literally almost every single one.
Bro, give me Konohamaru.
Give me Konohamaru. Give me Might Guy and fucking Rock Lee, baby.
Gaara, way better.
Gaara's great. Jiraiya, beautiful.
Killer B.
Now, Killer B. Can you name a character in Bleach that is as good as Gaara?
That's as good as Gaara. I think this is hard. So Gaara's a
The Bleach
special
cast is
situation.
not that deep. Man.
No, Gaara is deeper than pretty much all the characters in Bleach, but there are better characters in Bleach, in my opinion. Like Aizen is a better character, but he's
Fuck,
not.
I didn't even think of Aizen. Yeah, he's way better.
He's not as deep, and like.
Well, he's
to
one of the
me-
best villains
Yeah,
ever.
and to me, like Ulquiorra is a better character, and Byakuya is a better character, but neither of them are as deep as Gaara is.
I think fuck yeah. Well, I think Aizen and Byakuya are better. I don't think Ulquiorra is.
I liked Ulquiorra.
Man, I like Ulquiorra, dude. I really do. I do too.
Yeah, I think you're. I don't know.
I
You
think Naruto's
probably-
better. I will stand by that. I think even the cultural changes it made and like making anime in the mainstream, it's got to be good for a reason, you know.
You're right. I think you're right. Naruto's is better. I want to give Bleach some respect. It's hard.
It's hard because you're looking at something that's good all the way through, and then you're looking at something that has its fucking just sterling moments, and then it kind of tanks. But I think as a whole, man, I think Naruto is better. I think everything it laid out's better.
I think you have to respect the peaks of Naruto as well.
Dude, did I convince AK? Did I
gotta-
convince
you-
AK on a
you-
podcast, guys? I might
You
have.
may have just broken my mind a little bit.
Usually that silver tongue, well spoken mother trucker kind of influences my opinions. I think I'm changing it up this podcast, maybe.
We got it backwards this time. I don't know. It's hard. I want to put some respect on Bleach's name, but
No, Bleach is terrific. It is terrific. It's so good.
we'll give you the benefit, and we'll say the unanimous rating. I think pretty much it was unanimous before among the community is One Piece, Naruto, then Bleach.
Yeah.
But the new big three. What about the new big three? What are the new big three?
What are the new big three? Because I know what I'm gonna say. And I think that's probably what it's gonna be. I mean, okay, so I think MHA is absolutely in there. Has to be.
MHA is a one.
And holy shit, how that show got so big, I still don't know. My
It's
hate boner for
unbelievable.
MHA.
I don't know. I can't figure it out either. Me
My
and you
hate
both.
boner.
Me and you both just can't do it. But number two, to me, I'm gonna say, although it fell off hard, it's Black Clover.
That's the one that goes in and out of there.
To me, it's Black Clover because in my opinion, to be part of the big three, like you gotta hit the 300 chapter mark. You gotta.
I agree.
And
Because that's where I was gonna ask about like fucking like JJK. because I don't know if I consider JJK a big three yet.
I think JJK is too short right now. I think that's the
I
problem, and
and
it's gonna
you
end
read,
soon
I
too.
haven't.
And
Right.
I like JJK so much more than Black Clover. I like it so much more than My Hero. And I will say it is so much better written. I don't know that its community is as big though either.
No. Which is that's kind of shocking to me because I feel like it should have a way bigger community than it does.
I I mean it's growing for sure, especially with the anime coming out, but it, it's so good. I don't know. It's
And then
hard.
Demon Slayer is that what we're
You
rocking with?
see, so Demon Slayer also only has 205 chapters. So if we're gonna go based off a length like that, I would say Demon Slayer is more popular, but no one reads the manga of Demon Slayer. No one.
So what else would you say is in there? That's what I was kind of struggling with.
That's the main issue is that there isn't the big three is missing its third for current age. Because
Yeah,
it
man.
doesn't have that third.
Should we just make it a 4? Should we just make it the big 4 and then we can talk about all of
Well,
them?
okay, hear me out. Well,
I'm hearing you out. I'm hearing you out.
technically, if you go on like Wikipedia and if you go on different like My Anime List and stuff, Attack on Titan
I was
is
gonna bring that up. What is that
Attack on
doing?
Titan is a shonen. If you ask me, that
It's a
is
seinen
not
of
a
seinens.
shonen. Yeah, it is about as seinen as it comes.
Well, we can all agree if that's in there, that's gonna be the one.
Yeah. Because
So
the impact that Attack on Titan made is just astronomical.
well, it's one of the things that low-key changed the game. It's one of those type of series, one of those anime, one of those manga that actually like kind of switched up the formula and changed the game, brought it to the mainstream.
Attack on Titan is just so it's so real. So in a
It's
fantasy world, but the characters are so real in how they're
it's
written.
I mean, it's damn near perfect. You have nothing. You can't say anything bad about it.
You might say something bad about it after you see the ending, but it is pretty near. It's other than there's okay.
Well, you can.
So I like the ending except for about two dialogue bubbles. Two dialogue bubbles in like the last like 3 chapters would just like mess the whole thing up for me.
Okay, I need you to do something for me. I don't know the ending. I'm going in blind. Give me the ending on a scale of 1 to 10 for ending of a series, and then give it to me as a 1 to 10 for an anime/manga ending. Be honest. Be dead honest.
Okay, so first I'm gonna give you my scores of the ending if it didn't have those 2 dialogue bubbles.
Okay.
And then the ending after the 2 dialogue bubbles.
Fair. Yeah.
So ending without those 2 dialogue bubbles, I would give it, and if you have read it, you most likely know the ones that I'm talking about. I would give it like an 8.5 ending overall. Like it was a solid
Without
ending.
the dialogue bubbles.
Without the dialogue bubbles.
Okay.
With the dialogue bubbles, I have to drop it a good 2 points for I give it a 6.5.
Damn, what did these dialogues say? What was going on?
You have no idea how much that messed.
Okay,
up.
now is that an complete ending or anime ending? That has to be an anime and manga ending.
Oh, for well,
because manga and anime endings always fucking suck. At least to us over here.
No, I'd say that's a complete ending. That first score,
Okay.
like that's complete. And for anime and manga endings, I give it probably a 12 because them shits suck.
Yeah, always.
But yeah, it's just, and it doesn't really change. It doesn't, to be honest, it doesn't change a whole lot. Like, the dialogue bubbles aren't that impactful to the whole situation. It's just like, it came out of nowhere. It didn't belong there. No one needed that. It's just like, it made me mad. It just like, it was a shonen thing, a very shonen thing in a very seinen ending.
Okay. All right, so this is what I want to do here with the rest of this podcast. I want to give Attack. If we consider that, we're giving it the 1. I mean, based on I'm anime only for Attack on Titan, so based on what I've seen, it already gets my 1. I don't care how it finishes.
Attack on Titan's like my number 2 or 3 anime ever. So
I mean, it's terrific. There's nothing bad to say about it. So it's the 1. I want us to do a big 4 and give our rankings on those, because that could be interesting.
Okay,
and
so
granted, I'm not caught up on a bunch of this stuff, but I could give my opinion based on what I've seen.
So big 4.
And my opinion might shock you. It might change.
Okay, so your big 4 is.
I'm writing stuff down because sometimes it helps me like organize my thoughts and my talking points.
So with your big 4 doesn't have Attack on Titan, right? Like,
nope, we're gonna have
shonen.
Yep, MHA, Black Clover, Demon Slayer, and JJK.
Okay. So I feel like I can fairly easily rank these. To me, I'll go JJK 1 by landslide, by not even close. Hear me out here. Black Clover 2. Demon Slayer, then MHA.
Okay, so we're both gonna give MHA the well. I'm not caught up. MHA is the one I'll be like, okay, I might be biased because
it doesn't get
MHA
better.
Is gonna be my last 2. It's okay. Based on I'm trusting you because he's more involved in all of that.
It doesn't get better. It doesn't. You see, yeah.
Fuck. I'm gonna go. Man, I'm already gonna give JJK 1. Just
and you've
based
only
on
seen the anime, yeah.
And the Shibuya incident up until I read the Shibuya.
Seen the movie yet?
Yeah, I watched the movie. I've watched it twice.
For some reason, I thought you hadn't seen it.
No, it was absolutely incredible, and Yuta's an amazing character, and holy fucking good. You need to watch that movie if you watch JJK. This is not a movie you skip out on. This is a movie you fucking watch.
Oh, it is phenomenal.
And it's canon, isn't it?
Yes,
it's canon. You have to watch it. It fleshes out some characters, bro. I haven't seen One Piece Red yet, and there's no way it's as good as JJK Zero.
One Piece Red is phenomenal, but it doesn't hold a candle to JJK Zero.
JJK Zero was amazing. One of my favorite anime movies of all time was JJK Zero. It was so good, man. Oh, the characters, dude! It was just terrific. So, okay, so I'm gonna go based on what I have seen, just what I've seen and read. MHA's in last. So now I'm just debating between Demon Slayer and Black Clover, and I'm gonna be anime only for Demon Slayer. Mm-hmm. So I already know I'm going JJK, Demon Slayer, Black Clover.
You see, if Black Clover didn't have its last 30 chapters, it might even be 1. If it didn't have its last 30 chapters. But then we got to look at it the same way we looked at Naruto.
I don't think we can, because I think what's going on in Black Clover now is worse than the war arc. I think he pissed it down the drain worse.
Okay. Yes. Yes, he did. Okay. If you
'Cause the
compare it
war
to
arc- The war arc still had storylines and lore that were started from chapter 1.
yes.
Black Clover is doing its own fucking thing, dude. Like, it might be able to wrap it up fine, and like
I
the
hope
ending
to
might,
God. He
but this
keeps
wherever we're at right now is fucking utter trash, utter
so
trash
bad. So
garbage.
bad. It is so the most shonen thing I've ever seen or ever read in my life. It is so. It bleeds shonen tropes every
Well,
single chapter.
And this is one of the only series I can say that I dropped that I started absolutely adoring. I mean, dude, I watched the anime till completion and then reread the manga. Like, I was like, this might be in my top 10. I like it this much. And then that Magna chapter happened, and I was like, this might be my top 8, dude. This is
Yeah.
incredible.
Like that.
And then it
when-
drops it to out of my top 20? What? That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is right now.
That I cannot stress enough how good that Magna arc was and how game changing I thought that fight was going to be. I thought that fight was going to literally turn it into from like the magic thing to like
To
closer
Nen,
to
bro.
Nen. Like I
Because-
was like,
because it
this
was-
is
dude,
it. This
it was-
is it. He was
It was
starting
really
to
going snapping with Magna. That's what that was. It was, let's put all our stakes on the line and fucking go toe to toe. Let's see what's
I
going
thought
on.
that was,
It was
I thought
perfect.
that was the breakthrough, bro. They
It
were like
was.
building the runes and like in the Heart Kingdom,
Yes.
and then he like used them in a different way, and I was like, that's how people are gonna fight in the future, and that's
Yep.
gonna be so much cooler.
Yep.
And
And it
then
added
they just,
stakes, bro.
and then they just threw that out the window. And I'm gonna spoil you right now, but I know you're not gonna care.
No, I'm not. I'm
now
never gonna finish it.
So they introduced a new power system in
I read that.
Okay, yeah. So in Yami's land of the rising sun, wait, what? I don't know what the power system is. They didn't explain it at all. They just call it Z10, and I don't know what it is. They use it, but they didn't like explain like okay.
It's a worse
like,
hockey, and it's a very worse hockey. It is like, because hockey's good. But
Yeah, I thought I was like, and I predicted this a long time ago too.
You
I
did.
said,
You
I
did.
said in order to recover it now, because he flew off the rails. I was like, in order to recover it now, he's got to introduce some type of new power system that evens the playing field.
Yep.
This didn't even the playing field.
No.
It didn't do anything.
Magnus did.
Magnus-
Magnus did. Because it was literally Gon snapping, which is one of the best transformations ever because he put it all on the table. That's what Magnus thing did. It was, we're both throwing it all on the line, me v you. Let's do it. I love that.
So I was like, oh, I'm so. Every time I think back to that chapter and then think of where it went, I get so disappointed.
Dude, he totally stole some of that shit from Nen. Like, even Kurapika's thing, like, that's fucking that Magna fight. That was it, dude.
Such an anticlimactic like end to that arc too.
Yeah.
Granted, like that arc was technically a build up to what this arc is, but like by making that arc a build up, you ruined this arc.
Yeah.
You ruined
God,
both the arcs.
see, now like now that I'm talking about it, I want to put it ahead of Demon Slayer, but based on the anime and where I've read in the manga, I can't do it because the Demon Slayer anime is fucking terrific. It is literally so good.
It
Because
is
what
one of
it
the
does on a
most
mediocre
well done. Yeah, it is one of
it
the most
enhances the
well
whole
done.
thing. It just I don't have that many bad things to say about the Demon Slayer anime. I don't think a lot of people do. What you can hate on is the storyline, which is fine. That's fine. That's deserving hate. But you can't on the characters, you can't on the animation, you can't on the fight scenes. It's fucking good, man. Like, I feel like it's a show I low-key wanna kinda hate. You know, like it's a show I would love to have a hate boner for, but I just don't because it's that good, you know?
Yeah, you can't like the music in it is good.
The
The
music
animation is flawless.
and
Every
what the
single
animation does, it elevates everything. Like
e-
the fight scenes are elevated, and even the build up with the music to the fight scene to the reveals, it's just so good, man.
every single frame is picture perfect. Like in a lot of shows, for example, you gave the Naruto like the way those fights are choreographed in the anime are like phenomenal, but like you
Yeah.
pause one of them frames, like I always remember seeing the meme of Pain's face that's all distorted.
Yeah.
And like you just don't get that in Demon Slayer. And for Black Clover, that shit had probably some of the worst animation to exist. Maybe just slightly better than Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, bro, brutal.
Seven Deadly Sins was a fucking joke,
That
bro.
fight scene with the witch, bro, which was just like lines. It was like a red and a black line through a forest of like slightly animated trees. I was like,
Oh,
what?
and it was just like fucking like blobs of
It was like,
rocks.
sink, 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 sink. Yeah, like I could have done that. I swear to God, give me some software, bro. I probably could have done
We
that.
could have, both of us could have figured that shit out. We might have taken like twice as long to produce it, but we could have done it. But
I read the manga too, and the manga, fucking Black Clovers, was so good, man.
the art in the manga is good. It's really good, surprisingly. The animation for My Hero fell off hard this season.
Is it too childish? Because
What
I'm cool with like fucking My Hero. What is it that really prevents me from liking it? There has to be something.
prevents you from liking My Hero?
Yeah, My Hero. Like, why do I don't think it's even.
I think it's too childish. I think that's the reason. I and that's saying I think so. I think it doesn't make any sense. The whole world doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
I can even get behind that though, as long as there's something for me
Yeah,
to keep
true.
going. Like, hold on, I updated my laptop and it's a really old laptop, and I have 6%. I'm just gonna throw it on a charger quick.
Okay. Um, but god damn, dude, it is. I just think that it's probably has something to do with I'll wait till he gets back here. I'll give it a second. The silence is loud. Can't hear you yet. Nope. Nope. Still can't hear you. Still can't hear you. What did you do? Do you, go to your Discord settings and check your audio input. Bruh. No, still can't hear you. Now you're muted and deafened. You're gonna have to unmute and undeafen. What did you do? Oh, wait, I'll try unplugging your charger to see if it that. Cause no, I can't. What did you do to change it? You like. Is there like a mute button on your microphone? Do you still have your Razer microphone? Jeez. Glad you guys can join us for this momentary pause in content. I'm thinking about why Noah doesn't doesn't like My Hero, and I've come to a realization that I know exactly what it is. If you're asking if I can hear you or not, I can't.
Can you hear me this time?
Oh, I can hear you now. Yes.
All right, I'm on my phone. I have my Beats in. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
My
what?
laptop's old and I updated it, and it just like literally I started at like 88% and already my laptop was dead. So
That's pretty brutal. Well, we can hear you now. The audio's not so bad, so we can continue. But while you were off, I figured out exactly the reason why you don't like My Hero.
why is it? All right, I'm ready. Give it to me.
It is a mixture of bad characters and the fandom being very cringe.
I yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Because the My Hero fandom is the like I you just it's irredeemable.
The My Hero fandom is fucking so goddamn bad. Oh God, why did the fandom attract those types of people, man?
I'm like pretty sure that that's just why you don't like it. Like you just can't
No, that's
get with
not the
that.
only
I
reason.
know well that and it's really just not good. I don't know what else to say about it. It's really just
I
not that good.
I mean,
But
yeah, it does annoy me when you don't hit a ship like you wanted to. You're gonna like be pissed off at the fandom you're a part of. That seems like a double-edged sword. That seems like you're cutting down something you like. That bothers the shit out of me.
it's just yeah,
Like Froppy
yeah.
and Deku don't get together, you're gonna throw a hissy fit. Fuck you. Fuck you. Like,
Bro,
did you write the manga? No. Like
what about Deku and Todoroki, bro?
all that shit, dude. All that shit. Like we all have funny ships like that. No one bitches about it besides the MHA fandom.
It
God.
really is unbelievable that
It is
fandom.
and that is only an MHA fandom thing. That is strictly an MHA fandom thing.
Which is so weird.
Isn't it?
A lot of I feel like it's also a lot of people that watch like it seems like MHA is just purely for the normies. Like they only watch MHA and like maybe Naruto. But like they're like
Shane though, Shane loves it.
well yeah, that's true, but like people that are in that fandom, like the big fandom MHA
Yeah.
cosplayer kind of people, like they
Yeah.
only watch MHA.
True.
Like
Which
I watch MHA, and I've read
I
the
don't.
manga. I'm caught up to the manga. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's not. I don't even give it 6. I give it a 4.5 out of 10. I don't know where that six
Holy
and a half
shit, you
came
give it a
from.
4?
It's just
I give
not.
the anime what I've seen a fucking at least a 6.
Maybe 4 is kind of mean. Maybe I'll give it a 5.
You're
But
putting that on your good scale.
yeah, like if I compare it to One Piece, it gets a 4.
If I
But
compare it to One Piece, it gets a fucking 2.
yeah, but then if you also, I don't know that I've read. If I compare, well, it's hard for me because I don't want to compare it to Black Clover because I really like parts of Black Clover, but I also there's parts of it that are like we said just the worst ever. Um,
Yeah.
so it's a tough teardown for
How good
that.
is JJK Zero through and through? Or not JJK
JJK
Zero, just
in
JJK. Sorry.
general,
Yeah.
um, I give it so in terms of story, I feel like I have to lean on Shane to understand the timeline of things because like it's kind of confusing to me to follow
Yeah.
because like he'll jump like a couple days into the past or like a day into the future and like it'll just be the dates and I don't pay attention to the dates.
Ah, okay.
So like I just get confused on like what the hell's going on. But like
Right.
it is super like it's a super cool story like through
Yeah.
and through. Like it's
Well, I
another
think the
thing where like the characters aren't like the deepest characters in the world, but like
I would say they're pretty good though for a big 3.
they're good. Well, some of the characters are super deep, but then like some of them are pretty shallow. Like, well, I guess actually it is pretty. All the characters are pretty decent, but like I
I was
feel like
gonna say, bro, I feel like
I feel like
Gojo is one of the best
yeah,
overpowered
I feel like
people in manga. He's one of the most fleshed out.
I
He's
feel
up there
like
with Saitama.
the one thing that holds me back is the Itadori really does not shine at all in it. Like he is by far like not like he doesn't have a cool power. He doesn't like he obviously has Sukuna, but like he barely ever like uses it, and it's
Right.
just I don't know. To me, it's definitely it's through and through. I give it. I don't know how I want to rate it. I give it like an 8.5.
So it's Shane's one, isn't it, of all time?
Shane gives it a 15.
So where do you put it on your scale? Like
On
just
my
like a
scale
rough estimate. You have to put it like
of manga that I've read, or like of like
manga, yeah.
okay.
Of series in general.
Well, that's tough because like of series in general, I've consumed
Including anime.
I've consumed so many things. I think JJK it's maybe at around like 20,
Okay.
25, between 20 and 25 probably.
So it'll probably be up higher on mine when I catch up with it.
Probably. I
Because our
think
tastes are very similar. They just differ a little.
yeah. Like it's phenomenal. It's really good, but I feel like I've just read and seen so many things that I
Yeah.
just know I appreciate more than that.
Yeah. Do you think our top 20 has 10 of the same things?
I'd say so.
Probably 10.
I think our top 10 have quite a few the same, but I think
Yeah.
after the top 10 is where it kind of slips off.
Well, I'll tell you what, A Silent Voice is in my top 15 now. Might be in my top 10.
Well, that's phenomenal. That's
And
why
you know why that is, AK? Is because it's not what I was expecting at all.
it is just a beautiful story. It is
Well, I was
just
expecting like a sob story, absolute, completely sad, like
you were expecting like
I
you
was
were
expecting to
probably
end
expecting like a
horribly.
build up and then a really sad
Yes,
ending,
that
but
is
no,
what I was
it's like
expecting.
it like starts out sad and then you're like okay, it's like up and down and
It's like a roller coaster with 3 big drops.
yeah. But also like it doesn't feel it's not like rushed where like you're like okay too much stuff is happening like going up and down. It's like
Mhm.
everything just like it seamlessly goes through that roller coaster.
Yeah.
The roller coaster is smooth.
Man, now I almost want to put Demon Slayer as my one based on what I've seen. But I just know Jujutsu Kaisen is going to be better.
Oh, story Jujutsu Kaisen is so much better.
No, I can't because the movie added so much more to the story already. And then this next season is going to blow me out of the water.
I wish Yuta was the main character of Jujutsu Kaisen. I really do.
God, he was such a good character. Wow.
He was so good.
That movie was so good, man. God, was that movie good? I can't even. Oh. If you like Jujutsu Kaisen and haven't seen the movie, I cannot vouch for the movie more than I it's amazing. It is like
it's I don't know what I you have to watch it. It's on Crunchyroll. If you're an anime watcher, you have Crunchyroll. Just watch it. It's good.
and so basically the main cast besides Itadori and basically the main cast besides the main 3 in the anime are in this movie. And it fleshes out all of their characters a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Yuta is he's such a good character.
He's he's
whole
still a
Maki
good character
thing,
after
bro.
it too. Like
Love Maki. Oh.
that
She's
it's something it's I don't know. It's something that's like it was the perfect thing to put into a movie like that. It's like a single volume. It covers it's like a prequel and it was like the perfect timing and then like now they're going to be introducing Yuta back into the story and yeah, it's good. It's good.
You get to, if you're a Gojo fan, you get a little bit of you get to
Hollow
flesh out
Purple.
Gojo a little bit.
Yeah,
Good, man.
and we're gonna get a lot more Gojo content in the next arc.
All right. So wait, what did you still got Black Clover as your 2?
Yeah, I'm still going JJK, Black Clover, Demon Slayer, then My Hero.
That's fair. I just have Demon Slayer 2, Black Clover at 3, and
you got to think about
if I'm taking it all into consideration, but the peaks of Black Clover were so much better. So much better. Because I think we might have seen the best of what Demon Slayer has to offer already.
that is true. But you got to think about, you just got to remember the Soul Chain death match, bro. From Black Clover. Like, that just, as much as I rip on Black Clover now, it's unbelievable how much one chapter can carry it back up for me.
Don't get it twisted, dude. Up until then, it was fire too.
It really was, but God damn it, did they mess it up?
That cast was absolutely it still is terrific.
They kind of ruined it.
They did, but like, dude, all that shit with Finral, like, name a character in that cast, you have a soft spot for him. Like,
yeah, that's true. They just messed it up. It's disappointing, but we're probably not gonna match up on those. So
that's fine. We can stick with those. They're interchangeable for me. I respect it.
Yeah. So I guess that covers both the old big 3 and the new big 3. Although the new big 3 is not, well, the new big 4, I guess, because there is 2 that I think are stapled, which are Black Clover and My Hero Academia, but the other 2 are, to me, just not long enough.
Yeah.
And you got to consider Attack on Titan if you consider that a shonen, but which blows all the other ones out of the water.
What's the big 3 of seinen philosophical manga?
Berserk, Tokyo Ghoul.
Ooh.
And probably Vagabond.
Oh, what about Vinland Saga?
That's the thing. I was torn between Vagabond and Vinland Saga. I haven't read any of Vagabond. So
that shocks me because that is such a you manga. It is
I
such
know.
a you
It's
manga.
just hard. I think it's just because it's hard to get your hands on. Like, I like reading my manga in paper format as I have shelves of manga sitting behind me, but I gotta
And what sucks is, like, we know the story of Miyamoto Musashi and we know how it ends.
But he never finished Vagabond, or like, he never finished the story either.
Right. Because what is it? It's like the something ways of war. Like, Miyamoto Musashi like has that like poetic book of like war, and apparently people that have read that and read Vagabond say it's like it really encapsulates what he's about. I mean, because like Miyamoto Musashi is like a real life samurai that won like 67 solo duels, so he's like a badass motherfucker in history.
Yeah.
And Vagabond, God, it is such a you manga. I don't know how you haven't read it, man.
I really need to.
And like, just it's all about like a deep dive into the mind and philosophy, and like, it's just
I really need to read that.
It's beautiful.
But definitely Berserk is stapled in there, and
Berserk is the best one.
To me, Tokyo Ghoul has to be in there because it is a seinen and it is one of the top selling manga of all time. It's
deep as fuck.
And it's so good. And you haven't read all of Re, but Re is so much better than Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, but Re starts off bad.
But it pays off. It pays off. It definitely does. It starts off slow, but it builds the characters and pays it off so well.
Yeah. Well, because I'm like 14 chapters in, and I wanted to get I wanted to get some sort of backstory on what happened to Kaneki. Or I wanted something because like basically like 14 chapters in, which I think is how deep I am. It pays no homage to the first like part at all.
Yeah,
So
you
I'm
see,
like,
that's
what am
that's
I
like
thrown into right
that's
now?
like the payoff later in like the story
Right.
though. Like that's why I have always said that like I wish I could have a friend that would read Re first, and then like when I think it'd be really cool to
You
read
tried to get me to
Re.
do that
Yeah,
too.
and
You
then
did
like
try to get me to do that.
when you get the payoff of like getting into his backstory, then you should go read Tokyo Ghoul, and then like almost read it like as a flashback. I think that'd be really
Yeah.
cool.
I yeah. And I'm putting this out there. I wanted to fucking hate Tokyo Ghoul because I watched part of the anime and it sucked, and then AK was hyping it up. And I like when we disagree on things, then we can have some like banter and
Hmm.
shit. So I went into Tokyo Ghoul very like skeptical. I was like, I kind of wanted to hate it.
But
And
it's
parts of
good.
it I thought were pretty slow and yeah. But holy shit, man, Tokyo Ghoul as a whole is damn near perfect.
It's
It is
banging, bro.
damn near perfect. It's so good. Like
It's banging.
whatever you watched, and if you've watched Tokyo Ghoul, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but up until that Jason part in the anime, that's like peak anime. Read that in the manga because it is so much better. It is
They just like in the anime they make it so they try to shonenize it so hard, and it's just not. It's just not a shonen.
in the manga. You literally there's like 3 panels of Kaneki literally losing his mind, and like you're reading it, and it's like it is so well done because it's like gribbly large letters scratched off across the whole page of him just like literally losing his shit.
Dude,
And
my favorite,
it's oh,
probably my favorite part is like when they're preparing to go like take on the owl, and then
yeah,
Takizawa like is writing his basically like his will, and then
yeah.
like he scribbles across it, I don't want to die.
God, that's great, bro. It's so fucking good.
Such
Or
a good manga, bro.
dude,
And
it's
you
just
didn't even
great.
read the second half, which is the better half.
I know. But when what's that really strong dude's name who ends up kind of, changing up Kaneki? What's his name?
Changing up Kaneki? What do you mean?
The really strong hunter guy.
Kotaro Amon or Mado? Or Arima. You're
Arima.
Kisho
When
Arima.
Kaneki comes up against Arima and he's like walking through the sewer and then he's like, "Why do I see a bunch of dead bodies?"
No,
And
well,
he's like,
he sees them as flowers,
"Yeah, it's flowers. It's flowers.
as
Yeah. That's
spider
what it was."
lilies, and then he realizes that they're all dead bodies.
And it's just Arima sitting there, and you're like, okay, "Fuck it, spoiler. Sorry, skip ahead like 30 seconds if you don't want to hear this." But then you're like getting prepared for like a badass fight scene. You're like, "Oh shit, this is the end." And then
And
it's just one
bro
panel.
just
It's
gets
just one.
stomped. Like it's just one panel of his sword through his
Bro,
freaking head.
he gets -7 diff.
Like it's not even close, bro. Oh, that's
Uh, but
so
I
good.
love that type of symbolism. Like one of my favorite parts of Demon Slayer is when it's that one of the spider girls at the end of the first season,
Hmm.
and Tanjo's flying through the air, and she's like trying to fight him, and then she's like, "But it'd be cool if I just died." And then it was like that whole flower scene, and then like a waterfall, and then he just like lightly like slits her throat and cuts her head
Yeah,
off. That was like the same with Arima, but just done even better
it was
because
done
that
so
whole
perfectly.
it was like a chapter of hyping that fight up, and you're like, "Hey, Kaneki's about to go at it," because Kaneki was a demon at this point. And then Arima just like walks into him, stabs him through the fucking head.
Solo diff, bro. Not even close.
Not even close.
But damn.
I will still put Vagabond above Tokyo Ghoul though.
I mean, I'd rank it in terms of my ranking. I'm gonna get so much hate for this. Tokyo Ghoul, Berserk, then Vagabond, which I haven't read yet.
Oh God, how can you put anything above Berserk?
Berserk, to me, it's phenomenal. I'm 33 volumes in, and the
Oh,
story
you're so
just
much further than me.
doesn't progress that far. Like it's so beautiful, and I love the fact that like it's like everything is so well, like he tells the
Yeah,
story through his pictures and through his drawings, but the story has not, if you consider like another manga that has 30, like that I'm 35, 33 volumes into, like there'd be twice as much actual story and content.
yeah. I'm not as deep as you. I'm like, I don't even know. I haven't read it in forever because I literally, before I knew about the deluxe editions, I was buying the normal ones
Mm-hmm.
by volume. And then you told me about the deluxe editions, and I was like, motherfucker, it's the same price, and they're just better.
Mm-hmm.
So then I stopped buying the
And the
single
deluxe
volumes.
editions are nice too.
I think I'm only 18. I think I'm only 18 deep.
Yeah, so I'm like almost twice as far as you are.
But what I respect about Berserk is like, man, it just makes sense. Like his fight against Fate is fucking beautiful, man. It's so good. Like I love
But
it, and it's such a unique spin on things. You know, like
but the tragedy of Tokyo Ghoul, dude.
yeah, it's really good. I mean, Berserk is better. I think Vagabond is better too, but I don't even know if I can consider Vagabond. I don't know if you can compare them.
I haven't read Vagabond, but I feel like it's one that's just so much different than everything else.
Vagabond is it's like a manga that I even have a tough time like describing to people. Because it's this guy that has like God-given talent to kill people. And that's like a tiny part of the manga. It's like this savage that is a fucking savage at slicing people up with a katana, but he learns and goes through so much you can't even like consider it that. Like it's like a if a well-helped book was given to like a fucking serial killer that's low-key good on the inside. That's how I would
Mm-hmm.
describe it. I don't know. It's just it's so super interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick it up. I it's tough to get those hard copies, but I'll get it. I'll get it figured out, I guess.
Yeah, dude, I'm pumped I have like as many omnibuses as I do because I feel like I'm gonna keep them forever, and I
Yeah.
don't think they're printing it very much anymore.
No,
So
that's the problem in getting them is they're always sold out because they print very few of them.
I think I literally have two omnibuses left until I'm caught up. I think I have like 10 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, we're almost reaching the hour 30 mark here, so we talked about the old big three, the new big three, and the seinen big three. So I think we could probably wrap it up as an episode.
I think we could.
So hope you guys enjoyed. I know I enjoyed talking about it, talking about these stuff. It's always good to just have another episode. We didn't really ramble on about One Piece too much, which is surprising.
We did it. We did good.
Super surprising. We would have
I
added
think we
another
got a lot
hour
of our
to the
One Piece rambling out of the way, and
yeah.
you know,
We
previous
we
podcasts
talked about it so much already that we don't need to talk about it
and
anymore.
our daily One Piece texts.
Yeah, true. But yeah, it's always good to have an episode where we can just ramble on our thoughts on everything. So yeah. Well, catch you next